kalpa tree, we call it. They say there is a tree, the scripture is written, there is a tree where you can go and put your desires across and they will be fulfilled. The tree will fulfill your desires. But then the question arises, if such a tree will really exist, then I don't think anybody in this world would have any desires at all. It's not possible. I mean, we could just go and put our desires across and the tree will fulfill it and then we're fine. So such a tree doesn't really practically exist, but it is it's a tree which we call like a family tree. In the sense that there are parents and then the children, the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren, the whole tree expands. So this is like a human genealogical tree. It's a tree of humanity. And the seed of this tree is God. It's like how, if you see there is the seed out there of any tree for that matter, if the seed would be living, it's a non-living thing, but if the seed would be living, would be able to talk about the whole tree. It will tell about, because it emerged from the seed. So it will tell, this tree is so many branches, it looks like this, and everything it will speak. So God is the seed of this whole human genealogical tree. And He being the seed, and He's up above, He's not anywhere here, He's up above. That is why the tree is said to be inverted. He's there and then the whole tree expands from Him. So the tree does not emerge from Him. But the tree, the knowledge of the tree is within Him because He's the seed. So He's said to be the father of the tree. So if you see this picture, I don't know how. If you see this picture, you will see there are a lot of people down below doing tapasya. They're actually meditating. They say the greatest tapasya has taken place under a tree. It's not about a physical tree that you sit under, but it's at the confluence age, that is the roots of the tree. The roots of the tree is the confluence age. This is the foundation for every person where they build their whole cycle here. And they're very close to the seed. Being near the roots means very close to the seed, and the seed is God. So being close to God means to fill yourself with all the nourishment. The soul fills itself with all the nourishment for the whole cycle. Because the roots is the one which has all the nutrition for the whole tree. So the confluence age is the age where you build your strength, your foundation for the whole cycle. That is why they're shown sitting there and meditating. Right? So from that moment afterwards comes the first part of the trunk, the golden period, and as I mentioned yesterday, the second part is the silver period. It's a part of the trunk. But if you notice, the trunk is united. It's a whole. There are no branches there. There is no division there. There is unity in everything. One kingdom, one family, one language, one king, one everything. There is complete oneness there in the golden and silver. And so the kind of religion that you talk about at that point of time is called the deity religion. Adi, Sanatana, Devi, Devta, Dharma. It's the original, eternal deity religion. And deity religion is not based on following somebody or something or a script. It is a way of life. They just knew how to live with divine qualities. That's the only way they lived. So the kind of religion they followed, as I say in Hindi, dharma is dharma. What you apply in your life is your dharma. If you look at a dog and say, what is a dharma of a dog? Loyalty. What it lives by is its religion. So in Telugu, if people become very responsible, let us say some man of a house becomes irresponsible, so they always remind him and say, the kanisa dharmam, they say. It is your basic responsibility, that is your religion, to take care of your children. So they are using the word religion in reminding him about his responsibility. What you live by is your religion. Like we say, the soul's religion is peace. So they live by those qualities in the golden and silver period. So the religion is a deity religion because they live like the deities are divine. After this part where there is complete unity, the first branch comes out. Is she? Fan of Jesus. Do you need a fan, is it?
No.
No. Don't need a fan, this is moving. So you see here, the very first, what has happened after this, you know what was happening. Yesterday I mentioned you what happened in the Copper period, the whole bhakti, the scriptures and all, that was going on. But as soon as you enter the Copper period here in between, they start calling themselves Hindus. But they actually belong to the deity religion. If you worship Buddha, you're a Buddhist. If you're worshipping Christ, you are a Christian. You are worshipping a deity, you belong to a deity religion. Hindu is the one who lives in the geographical area which is called Hindustan. Hinduism is not a religion. If you ask somebody who established Christianity, they'll say so and so, Christ, BC, AC and AD, whatever. If you ask a Muslim, he'll tell Abraham and then Prophet Muhammad. Very clear. If you ask someone who is Hindu who established, they say parampara se aa raha hai, parampara from here. And the foundation is not in the base of who established it. That's why they say it's way of life. But Hinduism, if you see, is not a way of life. It's just like what you've been told and you're doing it. That's what we carried on. Because Hinduism is not a religion. Anybody who lives in Hindustan is called a Hindu. We have a song, Sare Jahan Se Acha. Hindi hai hum, Hindi hum. Even a Muslim will sing that, a Christian will sing that, everybody will sing that and say, I am also in Hindustan, so I am also Hindu. Right? So, if you go and ask an American what is your religion, he will never say Americanism, no? He will say, I am a Christian and I live in America. So here what has happened, the geographical area has become a religion. Because they couldn't call themselves deity religion anymore because the divine qualities have not remained. But then the worship of the deities continued. At this point of time, the first branch came about at the beginning of Copper. And that is, you can see it here, right here. This branch, which is of Abraham. He came and spoke about God to be one, because at that point of time that was the need of the hour, because there's so much worship, of so many different worships were going on. He said, excuse me, where are you all going? There's only one God. So he had to give that reminder. So he came and he spoke about God to be one. And God is the one who is power. So he spoke about God and oneness. Abraham. After him came Buddha. Probably 100 years later. Buddha came in Bharat. He came. And he came at a point where there was a lot of bhakti already. The kings would spend all their money in building temples. Actually, in India, all the kings have lost their money in building only temples. There's a whole lot of wealth has gone in temples only. And they made it with so much bhakti and bhavna. So they were all doing bhakti, but they would wage wars and go and kill people also. So he said, what is the use of all this bhakti and all this bhavana when you're still so violent? In which way can you come closer to God? Then he said, ahimsa paramo dharma. He didn't say Buddhism paramo dharma. No. He said ahimsa, non-violence is your religion. He didn't say Buddhism is a religion. Non-violence, mansa vacha karma. So you're not going to hurt anyone, and this is your religion. So he didn't speak about God. You already are talking so much about God. I'm not going to talk about God. I'm going to talk about practical application, the eightfold path. This is what you need to apply in your life. So he spoke everything practically and underlined mostly about non-violence. After Buddha, came Jesus Christ, another 150 years later. And when Christ came, a son could kill his own father to sit on the throne. That much of selfishness and greed was there. And so he came, and so he said, love is your religion. Because God is love. So we should also have love for each other. Love thy neighbor, love thyself, love. So love was the foundation for this religion, because he only spoke about love. And emerges from that love is forgiveness and mercy and a whole lot of things that he spoke about, which is totally having a foundation for love. Because that was a need. And that's exactly what he contributed. He himself lived by it. Naturally, he was the founder of that religion. So, and that whole branch is all about love. After Jesus Christ came Shankaracharya. When he came, when a king would sit on a throne, he would sit till he dies. And Shankaracharya is in a way a modern thinker, you could see. He said, what is happening here? You become a sisa, like you become 80, 90 years, you're sitting on the throne, you're not really capable of running a kingdom, but you're just sitting, and your son is still a prince even though he's turning to be 60, there has to be a system. You are in the Balavastha, but then after that you come into Brahmacharya, then you come into Grahastha, then you become Vanaprastha. So he said you need to divide this clearly. You can't just sit on the throne and go on and on about it. So once you turn 60, you need to go back to the jungle. In Brahmacharya, that is when you are studying, you are also in the jungle with your guru and studying. And once you come and rule and do whatever you have to do, go back again. Vanaprastha, go beyond words. Go beyond this communication, interaction and all that to the world. Even now some people say if they get to be 60 or retired or whatever, say, don't get into everything. Just say Krishna Nama Sattva. They will say don't get into everything. Just remember God. So after 60 is about just spiritual endeavor. So and there's a whole big ceremony where they leave the kingdom to the son, and then they wear very plain clothes and go back to the jungle. That's what he said. So his religion is based on renunciation and purity. He said without renunciation, you can never come close to God. And without the power of purity, you would not be able to inspire anybody. So he created the sannyas marg, that is sannyas religion. So that is Shankaracharya, because that was the need of the hour. And then after Shankaracharya came Prophet Muhammad. Another 120 years later, he came. And Prophet Muhammad came at a time when there was a lot of war going on. There was going on for so long. And when the war was going on, they had lot of wealth, there was a lot of war. The two things were happening. In olden days, the oldest jugs that would come from the Middle East, you would see on the jug, most of the pictures are of men lying down and drinking and grapes in their hand, It was all a typical way of enjoying, and that's all. Drink, eat, marry is the concept there. So he gave direction and guidance, Prophet Muhammad. He was also a modern thinker of his times. He said, no, you need to have namaz, you need to have discipline, you have to create peace. And so he actually, because there was war, he spoke about peace. There was so much wealth and misused, and there's absolutely no system. He created discipline. Peace and discipline is what he created at this point of time for the Muslim religion. So he spoke about 5 times namaz, and do exercise, head down, this down, so that you just don't lie down and eat and drink all the time. So he introduced all these concepts at that point of time. So this religion is on the basis of peace and discipline, very, very strong disciplines. After Prophet Muhammad, the next religion came only in Kali Yuga now. Most recent, about 500 years ago, is you have Sikhism. Guru Nanak. He came and established religion, and the only thing he spoke about mostly was about power. He said, if you have to be in this time of the world, that is in Kali, you need to have power. He showed a sword and he said, if you have a sword but there is no sharpness, there is no use of it. You need that in the same way. If you have all the knowledge in the world but you do not have the power, then you cannot apply. So you need power. So he was speaking about spiritual power of the soul, so that you can apply all that you know into life. So that is Guru Nanak's teachings. Now let me go into the aspect about what actually happened to each of the religions. If you notice, the same way how the whole tree goes into 4 parts of the gold and silver, copper, iron, it goes through those 4 parts. In the same way, each branch also goes through the 4 parts. Whatever time it might come, the golden, the silver, the copper and the iron situation of each branch. From the whole Sattva-pradhan, the religion is when the founder is there. The silver period is when the followers follow it accurately, which they do. And the copper period of the religion is when the split takes place. And then the Kali period of the religion is when there's a lot of commotion and the whole value and the aspect which is the foundation of the religion is gone. If you take a Prophet Muhammad, he established Judaism. Jews, so they have the whole system of Judaism, where he said that the Prophet is yet to come. The Prophet is going to come. Abraham, he said, Prophet is going to come, who will give the last preachings about God. Christians believe it is Christ. Muslims believe it is Prophet Muhammad. Jews believe none of them both is yet to come. That is why all the war, they keep on with Palestine and all that, they keep fighting all about that. Now the thing is, when he spoke for both the religions, actually speaking, because he became the founder for Christianity and Islam also. That is why he's mentioned in Bible and also in Quran. The very first chapter is about Abraham. So they even keep names. So in Christianity is Abraham and in Islam is Ibrahim. But whatever his teachings is like a prologue. This is what he had spoken, this is the background. And then we start off and they describe whatever he said to Moses is what, these are the main things he spoke, and gave the angel Gabriel revealed that this is the prophet. And we describe Christ to be that prophet and they prove it how. And all that in Quran they will try to describe about how angel Gabriel actually revealed it is Prophet Muhammad. This is the only argument that they have. So this split into Christianity and Islam, the whole understanding of what Abraham was speaking. But the concept of God to be one and being incorporeal remained. It remained in Christianity and Islam. Both of them still have the concept of God as one, and then He doesn't have a body. But what has happened in Christianity is that they started getting caught up with Christ. They started worshipping. If you go to the copper period of the religion, it split. Because at that point of time, Christianity was that it was the church ruling the state. It was religio-political. In the sense that the church would decide, the Pope would decide, what the priest would decide, what the Prime Minister or the President have to do. So they have to consult with the church before they could do anything. And that became too much of a trouble and a hassle because they started punishing. The whims and fancies, they started giving punishments that you are a sinner, you're a sinner, you're a sinner, so you give this punishment, you get that punishment. So there's a whole lot of tension of the environment in the church that people protested against the church. The ones who protested against the church are called Protestants. And the ones who remained in the church and believed in the church and Pope to be the main preacher, they're called Catholics. So these two, Catholics and Protestants, have an eternal war. People can, that's exactly why Pope is always kept under glass and bulletproof thing. For a religious person like that, he should not be scared of anything like that. But he is, because Protestants are just waiting to, attack him because they don't like any of the things that he speaks about. Protestants study theology. They have a clergyman and he then takes care of the church. But they can be married and they have the family and everything, and they can interpret the Bible the way they want. Unlike Roman Catholics, are very formal and they have the priesthood, they have nuns, and they have very systematic method of how to read the Bible, and they do not interpret the way they want it. All the Miracle Net and the God channel and all these channels, you have Protestants who are coming and speaking. Catholic priests don't come on the television, but these ones, they speak and they're very good. They talk only good things, they don't take anything bad. So that is what has been split. So what has happened in the whole thing is that the whole concept of love, which was a foundation of the religion, is gone. What Jesus Christ was preaching. So within Catholics and within Protestants, there are more splits now. Baptism, Lutheran Church, you have Pentecost, you have Methodist. There's a whole lot. If you go to America, in every furlong there's a church. And if you go to one church, the Church of Jesus Christ, I think everybody believes Jesus Christ, I assumed, but the person who goes to this church won't go to that other church. They refuse. It's a whole community church, that's about it. They cannot interact and go anywhere. I came to know all this through two pastors who come from Germany. They were studying in Renan Martin Institute of Interfaith. So they had come and they have to be exposed to every different talk about religion. So they came and they felt we were very secular. So they wanted them to come and listen to us. So they ended up, this German couple, they ended up taking the course, the pastors, and they told me the story of how terrible it is. In Germany, they've got different types. They've got Russian Orthodox, there's Roman Catholics, and there's a whole lot of war that goes on all the time. And because of that, his wife was depressed and she was on medication. A lovely couple. She eventually died. She's no more. She committed suicide. But he's still in touch with me. But a wonderful person. And he shares about how he studied theology. Just to become a pastor. He was such a pure-hearted person. But it all got sabotaged, all his dreams, when he got into the church. That's what he says. So it's this condition where wherever you go, it's the same thing. There's this person I know who goes to all the way from his office, he goes to the temple in high-tech city just to have prasad and little jal. It's very nice, bhavna. He got admitted in the hospital after he went to a temple and he got admitted in the hospital. They said food poisoning, and then he wondered what happened. And then he remembered there was a smell when he was taking the jal and drinking. He went and asked the priest, what happened? You tell me. What did you give me? He said, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, what I gave was kerosene. Because I got mixed up. And 5 people already complained. Because he's so busy, no? He's so busy. So we went to this temple in Mayurmarg here, and we told you should understand why you break a coconut, why you apply tilak. He said, I'm so bored of doing the same thing, this tilak and that and this. Bhavna is not, the endowments is paying them, but they're so tired because the meaning is lost. The same way in Christianity, the meaning was lost about what does the religion stand for, what is love, lost. So what has happened there is that love is no more the end product there, because the dark period of the religion is war. They still fight amongst themselves, where it actually has to preach only love for each other. Whoever it is, love thy neighbor. Not go and conquer your neighbor. Love thy neighbor. Yeah, so, but they keep on, the British went on conquering lands now. So this is what it is. So that's what happened to Christianity. But in Pentecost, they will worship Christ now. That limit they have got to. They will put tilak and aarti for Jesus Christ. That's a very lot of emotions in the bhakti there. Within those small splits in Protestants and Catholics, now there are Jehovah's Witnesses, there is born again Christians, there's a whole lot of small splits now. There's plenty more. Then Prophet Muhammad made one major change, and he said, nobody can dare take a painting of me. Never. Because he saw what was happening to Jesus Christ. They were getting caught up in Jesus Christ, and most of them were really looking up to him, thinking he's almost God. So he said, I don't want that mistake to happen with me, so nobody may take a painting of me, because nobody should know how I look like, because God is the one. Allah is great. Allah Akbar, he's the only one who's great, and nobody else. So he made an improvisation, and as I said, he's a modern thinker, and in war, a lot of men were dying. A lot of men were dying in the war. So he said, Now, women are many, men are few. So he asked men who were so well off and rich, he said, you can afford to take care of a few women, even if you're married. But you're not supposed to have children through them. You're going to give them a house, give them your name, and you take care of them. You're a caretaker. So you keep them in a house. So how many people, how many women you can adopt? Adopt them. So you would say, okay, I'll adopt 3 women. Okay, take 3 women, keep it in the house, and when you go to visit and inquire about them, they should wear burqa and come in front of you because you should not get attracted to them. So that's how the burqa system started, and having more than 1 woman and taking care, caretaker. And then if you find a man who is suitable for one of the girls who is staying in your house, you should have a system of talaq which is very easy and not go through this court and everything. Say talaq, talaq, talaq and get him married to her. Finished. The responsibility. This is because at the time it was so difficult. And he created this method, not for a man to marry 100 women. I know in Dubai one man married 60 women, he's got 100 children, he's got a book with all the children's names because he doesn't even remember any of them. So this is like, there's an endless kind of thing that they just created and created for everything for that matter. I mentioned to you yesterday what happened to scriptures and all the creation. Same thing happened here. So then, eventually what had happened was now, he said jihad. See, if you see Jesus Christ, if you see Prophet Muhammad, very, very high consciousness. They're not like human conscious, very high consciousness. So when they said that jihad, when he said jihad, he said a war against anything that goes against religion, kill it. He said that. There's no denying it. He said kill anything that goes against religion. He never even thought Islam is the religion that he's talking about. He's talking about the soul's religion to be peace and love and all that, compassion. Anything that goes against the religion of the soul, kill it. Hatred, anger, irritation, whatever. Instead of killing that anger and all that, they go start killing all the other religions. So they've taken it literally. The same thing which I told you yesterday. Interpretations and whatever they want. And then if you see the whole Bible, I sometimes wonder why there is so much anger there. One boy, he's studying in IIT, he came back, he goes to a church. His sister tells me, he changes so much. Samir is not the same boy when he goes to a church on a Friday and comes back. I said, how come? So he said, I don't know, sister, you should talk. So I was talking to Samir, what do they tell you there? In the church, in your mosque, what happens there? What goes on there? So you get all hyped up there, I said the whole sanctity and the holiness of the place is beautiful. Of course, in Friday you go and do namaz with so many people together. It's a beautiful scene. If you've seen it, it looks very nice. All sitting together, what beautiful vibrations. But the preachings, sometimes some man, he must be preaching there. He tells how Hinduism is bad, how Christianity is bad. There was somebody who gave him Quran. I really wanted to read it and see. In the Quran, it's unbelievable. Because the teachings of Prophet Muhammad is totally disrespected, and they've written everything. How our religion is great, because that religion is terrible. Everything else is terrible because ours is great. Like that they've written, so naturally you will have that contempt and that kind of a thing to fight against, because the whole Quran is about they will go here, they will burn in hell and this and that because they worship idols. This one is bad. The acceptance and the love, how is not there, where peace will come, where discipline will come. So what the religion started off with peace and ended up with so much violence. Prophet Muhammad would be so much really sad. So the religion lost its meaning.
Why don't you try to make them understand the real meaning of jihad?
No. I'll tell you, you put across a very good question. I'll tell you. There was a Muslim group who approached me, they called me and they said, we'd like to come and we are a group of Muslims and we are actually going and meeting different religious organizations in different places. We said, we are not really typically a religious organization, so no, but we would like to come and we'd like to be a part of it and we'd like to hear a lecture, some lecture that you'd like to give. And I don't want to hurt the sentiments, I only spoke about positive thinking. I didn't get to the whole concept. I mean, I could tell about the soul and the supreme, but I felt, why to get into that path and, trigger any sort of discomfort. So I spoke about positive thinking and general attitudes and all that. And they were staunch Muslims. You can see that white kurta thing and the beard they were wearing and they came. First they said, we want to do namaz in your hall. I said, you do namaz. They said, you should also do. I said, okay. I have knee problem. Now sitting down and getting up, I said, but it's disrespectful. They've come all the way, and I tried that. And then I did it. But I'd rather sit and meditate, but it's there, they've come, I'm a host, and so I did that. Then they brought the Quran in front of me, and they said, put your hand on it. I said, yeah. And then you say, Allah, something. I repeated it. They said, that means the Prophet is the only Prophet. It means that. So I didn't say only Prophet, he is the Prophet. He's the only Prophet, even Jesus Christ is also a Prophet. I said, he's a Prophet. Then they said, okay, now it's good for you. I said, okay, fine. Now please tell about what your concept is. I said, God is one, we're all his children. And then the argument began. No, we cannot do children, we are sinners and we are good for nothing. Only Prophet Muhammad is the son and we are all like dirty things.
According to them.
Yeah. So I said, my God, God doesn't see us like dirty things. He sees us like we are his children. No, we are nothing. How can you even say God to be a father? He cannot be a father. How can you insult him by saying that he's a father? I said, this is going different paths. No problem. He's not a father, he's not a mother, nothing. He's God. Let us sit and let us not get. So, it is impossible to get across because when they come to you, they only come to argue. And how to convince you that only Prophet Muhammad is the one? The whole concept is you argue and prove. That's what is the whole concept there. So, you cannot talk to them. You really cannot. Then comes Buddhism. In Buddhism, as I said, there is no concept of God because there are so many concepts of God. Only the deities have been worshipped so much that they said, forget it. He said, I'm not going to talk about God. He didn't even introduce the concept of God is Nirakar. Nothing he spoke. He just said, please change. Non-violence. But from even in defense, there should not be violence. That's the kind of non-violence that he spoke about in such a high consciousness. And from that religion, only all violence came. All kung fu, karate, wrestling, everything comes from that religion. All these Chinese people, all the movies also karate. I mean, your whole foundation is about non-violence. So it would come from anywhere else, but it is coming from a religion which is talking only about non-violence. One of our brothers, he went to Australia and it was an interfaith conference. So, he wouldn't eat there. I mean, there was our sister and she said, why don't you join the group because we don't eat out. So then our sister went out and to another room to eat. And so he joined them to just accompany them. There were about 20 monks from Sri Lanka and Malaysia. And there were a whole lot of priests from Rome. They were all sitting around the table and they were all eating. So he couldn't help but notice that the monks who were sitting next to him with orange robes were eating non-vegetarian food. So he was a little taken aback. So he asked them, excuse me, you are a Buddhist monk? He said, yes. So you are eating non-vegetarian food, how come? So he said, no, Buddha never said that you should not eat non-vegetarian food. Eat. It's a basic understanding that it is also a part of violence, I mean, because you belong to the religion. So it's not a problem. So that much the religion has lost its beauty. And what Buddha had, sannyas dharma, it was very beautiful. When Shankaracharya was there, he would not wear slippers and he would walk from one village to another. With just one godu, that umbrella, nothing but just an umbrella walk. One village to another, one village, like that he would walk, long distance. And so, now when we have an interreligious conference in Mount Abu, we go and call all the Madhadhipatis, the ones who take care of mutts in Banaras, we call them. The sister in Banaras was mentioning it's very difficult to call those. We asked, you don't get an appointment, is it? No, we get an appointment. And why? They don't want to come to Mount Abu. So, no, they want to come. Then what is the problem? What is the difficulty? She's saying, difficulty because when you go and invite somebody, that Madhadhipati, he will say, whom all did you invite? And if she mentions whom she is invited, he'll say, why did you not invite me first? Why did you go to all of them? It seems that she was shocked in the beginning, now she's used to it. She said, I'm sorry, but but somebody got to start inviting, no?
Maybe he just doesn't want to go, perhaps.
So then he said, and sometimes they would say that, you know, if they, those both people, if they're not coming, then I will come. And it's very tough to get all of them there. And if you displease one, it is so difficult then. And at the same time, in Delhi, there was such an interfaith conference, a huge one in Vidyan, that huge one auditorium. Our Asha Ben, who was a very senior sister in Delhi, was called to speak on peace, that's all. Diwali day, they were supposed to speak peace and light lamps. Very beautiful concept. And there was a sadhu sant also, he came. Very big, huge, I don't know his name, some Ananda something. He came and sat there and he said, put a parda. He told that organizer, put a parda. Why? Because that woman cannot sit next to me. And no woman can do anything to do with spirituality or religion. She cannot. She should be in the house. I said, oh sorry, then what we should do? So then Asha Ben said, let him be comfortable. I'll sit in the audience. When my chance comes, I'll come on the stage and speak. What's a big bother, no? You can comfortably sit down there. So she went and sat. Then, you know, when I heard that, I was, oh my God, that is when in the scriptures already wrote, Durvasana had so much anger here, so much ego, even though there is tyag, there is no tyag ka bhi tyag karna hai na. Our dadis always says, you have done tyag ka bhi tyag kiya hai. They always ask, so that's also there. So this sannyasi is what is happening is, it is so much contaminated there now. Nobody is in the jungle and eating herbs there. Nobody is doing tapasya in the caves. All in the city now. Nobody, the strength is not there. In those days, they would be there in the jungles and not connected to the world. Now they come and stay in families. They come and stay in the homes and, you know, they'll eat all the food the grahastis will give. Like that they live.
What's wrong with that?
No, the thing is they're supposed to actually renounce every comfort that any grahasti would have, because it's a nivrutti mark, they call it. Pravrutti mark is about family life. So you're not connected, you should not. That means you should stay in your house then. Why are you coming and staying in somebody else's house?
Even cooked food they don't. They are not supposed to.
They're not supposed to eat cooked food. They're not supposed to. Lot of things.
Who are they? We're talking about sannyasis.
Sannyas.
I mean, any sadhu is talking about.
Most of them. And if you go to that Kumbh Mela side, you will see there's a whole lot of them who actually take drugs.
Yes.
A group of them. Yeah? Naga, somebody, and they're so dangerous that they can even, you know, rob you or something like that.
They are called akharas.
All this Shankaracharya did not do all
Because
these
they are
things.
caught nowadays, no, Nityanand, this and that.
Those are all.
The problem with Hinduism, the good thing about Hinduism, it's so wide. The canvas is wide. The bad thing is too many people represent.
They justify. There is nothing like a line of a real peace or non-violence. So non-violence, no Buddha taught, but those monks, in the name to create the non-violence, they created the violence to remove the violence. So that there will be peace.
Yes.
So this is
So like how in the computer, the antivirus people will leave the virus, and so that everybody will buy
something
something.
like this. Just in front of this ashram, you keep two pehlwans with the guns. Means they are to kill those who will create the violence. So to create the non-violence, they are there to create the violence themselves.
They will sell.
So
That is very
this is the
true.
wrong concept.
Exactly.
What
But
you
then
said,
if you don't have, they'll be killed.
no,
Training.
what sister said is correct. That earlier those santas and vairagi, they really meant what the vairagis. Today's vairagi is actually they want to live in today's life in the name of
The sannyasi. Vairagi is the
It's a
sannyasi.
hypocrisy.
See, but there the discrimination is very high. Also, one great Matadipati came to Mount Abu, so that they told beforehand that they should put his feet in a silver plate and wash it with rose water. And our Dadiji was 86 at that time, so she went, because she's the host, so she was putting the rose water. He said, no, do not put, you are pure. So she said, okay, I will tell some of us younger sisters like us. He said, no, not anyone in the white sari, all the ones with the colored dresses, they should come and wash my feet. So Dadi said, they are as pure as us. They are not going to do it. And he said, nobody need to do it, and he walked in happily. So this is what Shankaracharya, no feet, no chappal he had. He is the founder of Sannyas Dharma. So now the thing is, all this religion has lost its meaning. The last one is Guru Nanak. He's talked about spiritual strength, that is Atmik Bal, but it turned into the understanding about Bahubal. They take it as physical strength. You know, I have some Sikhs coming and talking to me. They said we have so many beautiful swords all around Guru and the Gurudwara. So the thing is, the concept of the sword is not about violence. So it's about spiritual power that you need to have. So they go into sports and they go into war because they think it is all to do with physical power, but it is not so. So the whole tree stands decayed now. It stands decayed, and absolutely there is absolutely no meaning in any religion. If somebody was telling, do you think I want to convert myself to this? I said, look, every religion has a problem. You have to get back to yourself. So here if you see, everybody, all the branches have to come back to the seed. Who's God. And He's the father of our religions, actually speaking. Right? There's a lot of small lakes, non-violence, love, peace. It's all His notion of all that. You come back to Him and empower yourself, and again the sampling has to be sown. I was flying in US from Charlotte to Texas, and I happened to have a lot of evangelists on the plane. So I don't know how the ticket we got, that I was sitting in between two evangelists. So I asked one of them, do you like to sit together? Because they had this cap, I love Jesus. So I know they're evangelists. They said no. We get to talk to somebody new. I said no problem. So then he said, would you like to know about the 10 Commandments? I said, sure, I'd like to, because I heard it back in school. So I don't mind. So he told all the 10 Commandments and everything. And it all sounds good. You should not do this. It's all good things. I heard them too. Then he said, if you don't do all this, then you'll burn in hell. I said, okay. That's too strong. But then I kept quiet. Then he said, why are you wearing white? Then I told him that I am actually Brahma Kumari and I'm going to one of the centers. So he said, oh, you're going to change the whole world into Hindus. I said, it's not possible. It's not possible also. If whatever religion you are there. Now you have to come back to the seed. Now this expansion of religion doesn't make any sense now, no, because there's a lot of contaminations. But I didn't tell him anything. I just said, no, I don't intend to change anyone into Hindus. So he then looked at me and he said, do you love Jesus then? I said, I love him a lot. He was quite amused and he said, why do you love Jesus? I said, because he loved my father a lot. That's simple as that. Who's your father? I said, God. He loved my father a lot. That's about it. And Jesus Christ is my brother. And he looked at me and said, he cannot, he's the only son of God. I said, what is his only son? And who are we all? Servants of God. We're all children. So but I didn't tell him anything and I kept quiet. The argument is not good. I kept quiet, and then when we landed and I got off the plane, he called me back and he said, what did you say your name was? I said, Radhika. So he said, Radhika. I said, okay, fine. So, and he said, my name is Ben and I'm so and so, I'm from Charlotte. He said, look, you're in a very universal space. He said, you're in a very universal space. I'm in my little specificity. He said, I'm in a specific little thing. For me to reach this is going to take a while. He said, take your time. It took me a while to take your time. But he could recognize that.
He said that?
So,
they don't soften up too easily. So.
Yeah?
They don't soften up this easy.
But I think he got some time to think. And there is nothing what I spoke was challenging anything. Except that I believe that I was also a child of God. Apart from Jesus Christ, and I said that you are also a child of God, whether you believe it or not. You know? But why do you say God Father then? It is only the Jesus Christ Father. So that's how it is. So this is the tree, and all the souls on this tree. You know, it makes sense when you say universal brotherhood. Now it makes a lot of sense. The seed is the same. You all come from there. Oh, brother Brian from Australia, he was going and giving lectures everywhere, and somebody came to know, he's with Brahma Kumaris at that point. So when he was giving lectures, he was a management consultant. When you go, they would know in his profile, they have written he's associated with Brahma Kumaris. And the minute they say, my God, it's a religious kind of cult or something, we don't want to be part of that. So right before that, he used to go and do this, he's a consultant, strategic planning for all these Fortune 500, the companies he would go, and then they would tell him, please do not speak anything about Brahma Kumaris. They would write it in a letter, we don't want any religious inputs from you, we do not want any of that. In Japan, when he went, the first letter was that. So he said, no, I never speak about Brahma Kumaris, I never involve those concepts. I said, I'm a professional. So when he would go and start speaking and about all the strategic planning and all that, after that they are curious and they'll ask, can you tell us a little bit of what is that Brahma Kumaris that is there in your profile, or what is all of, and he'll speak a little bit about it. So they'll ask questions about God, they'll ask questions about everything, and they'll speak about all that, and then they'll say, it sounds so much like Buddhism. Coming from the same seed. He went to Chicago, California, and there was this cathedral church, and they hold this interfaith things. Brahma Kumaris in California, a big thing with interfaith there. So one of the interfaith conferences, Brian was called there, and they asked him to speak of Brahma Kumaris. So he spoke. They said, it all sounds Christianity. Same seed, same father. So it is connected to it. How you can say it's not connected? You will get connected. It's all the same. It's all the same. So it's important, the bottom line is that we have to come back to the seed. The tree is decayed now. That's what is written in the Gita, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavatu bharata. It's when it is irreligiousness and this whole lot, everything is gone, and that is when the truth will be spoken and you will hear. So this is the period, the real Mahabharata war period is going on now, and all those ones, 5% with God, Pandavas, Vinashakale Prita Buddhi. They were very loving intellect towards God. Vinashakale Viprita Buddhi, that is the ones who believe in Astra and Shastra weapons and conquering land, they're all Kauravas. There's nothing like Kauravas and Pandavas fighting. And they're all brothers. Pandavas and Kauravas are brothers. So we fight. And the fight is not between them. It's Pandavas fight with their own weaknesses. That's why it took 100 years. Killing another person takes hardly a minute. Kill up anger within ages. This is the Kalpa Vriksha. Tomorrow will be the last class, at least for the course. It's all about the history, about how this knowledge came into being. Who spoke this knowledge? Who is Brahma Baba? Because a lot of people ask questions when you say God is Nirakar. Who is he? Is he your guru? No, he's not a guru. He's not a God either. He's the first student of this organization. And what is he all about? And how this knowledge came into being? Is what and how to sustain this knowledge in our lives. That's most important, because 7 days course you can forget in another 7 days. But how to sustain it is what we take up tomorrow. Om Shanti. 2 minutes of silence.